Thank you guys so much for inviting me here tonight. You know, there are so many great educators across our nation doing great things for our youth, and I'm honored to be counted among them. I joined the Teach for America program 8 years ago in hopes that one day all children will have the opportunity to attain an excellent education. I believe in the promise of one day all children, and thanks in large part to the work of GLSEN and its many supporters, that day will be one day soon. After all, it was one day after a lesson on marriage equality that my student Unica approached me and said, "Hey, Ms. Raught, will you help me sponsor a GSA?" I'd never heard of a GSA, but I quickly began to see the importance of this club. GLSEN's website was one of the first resources I found, and thanks in large part to those resources, we have been able to transform our school culture. It was one day after that when officials from DCPS invited me to serve on the LGBT Steering Committee, a team of school administrators and community members charged with the task of creating a district-wide plan to provide a welcoming and respectful community for LGBT students, staff, and families. In 2011, we released it. It was one of the crowning moments of my career. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not exactly your typical teacher. I call my students rock stars, and I have a Born This Way flag hanging in the back of my room above a GSA resource center I set up where kids can access resources and materials at any time of the day. At the classroom level, I teach my students to be accepting and respectful of all members of our learning community. And I firmly believe that the creation of this safe space is why my students have outperformed the district-set bar of achievement on standardized tests year after year after year. At the school level, our GSA has transformed our school culture with GLSEN events like Ally Week, No Name Calling Week, the Day of Silence, as well as other events like Transgender Day of Remembrance. And I have to share that during lunch meetings, I would stream Glee for our students. So thank you, Matthew Morrison, for helping shape many of the conversations we've had. I've worked with our school librarian to create an LGBT section in the library. I've written curriculum on issues like gender identity and anti-bullying, and I've hosted professional development opportunities for teachers to implement best practices to create safe spaces in everyone's classroom. At the district level, I hold the title of LGBT Liaison, a role that my district created, which allows me to partner with GSAs from across schools to host school and educational events that address issues our youth face today. In this role, I attend trainings designed to make me a better, more supportive educator for our students. DCPS is an exciting place to work, where out educators are protected, all students are welcomed, and where administrators and central office staff are coming together to implement initiatives to support every child. Because that is what every educator, every school official, and every administrator is called to do. Today's youth are incredible. They're smart, they're passionate, they're fired up for the movement, and we as educators have to empower them and create a safe space for our young people to go out and be the great leaders that they were born to be. District leaders and administrators must come together to support our LGBT youth, regardless of political or religious agendas. We need to implement models like this all over the country, because when we focus on our youth, our students thrive. Like my student Rico, who was recognized by the Washington Blades 20 Under 20 for his bravery in speaking out against bullying and name-calling. He currently serves as our GSA Student Government Liaison, ensuring that all school events are LGBT-friendly. And my student Diamond, an alumna of our program, who came back and told me about college and how she joined her LGBT club on campus. Today, she's living her life proud and out loud, and for me, that's what being a GSA sponsor is all about. Today, our GSA is busy planning their first ever McKinley Pride event and looking forward to marching in the Capitol Pride Parade with DCPS, standing with the district that stands for them. Our students are achieving greatness, but most importantly, they're finding themselves. They're finding their voice, chasing their passions, developing their leadership and their identity. And it's our job to continue to help them do just that. It's been 8 years now since I started teaching in DCPS, and I don't plan to stop anytime soon. One day, I do hope to travel to other school systems and help them implement initiatives like the ones we've started in DC. But for now, I plan to stay exactly where I am, teaching and supporting our youth. They say it takes a village to raise our children, and looking around this room today, I see a strong, unified, and resilient village that will ensure that one day all children, regardless of race, socioeconomic status, sexual or gender identity, will have the opportunity to attain an excellent education. Thank you for standing with us.